in gasoline?
Guess you don't want to eat that. No.
Mic check, mic check.
You can't eat that. You can eat that.
It's 5 o'clock. It's Thursday.
So what? What's it got to do with my life?
This is Tony and Chelsea Live, the show where you send your pictures in and we look at them in real time and we'll tell you stuff about them, like whether we like it or not, or if you could do something different. Chelsea, who makes this all possible?
This show, the one that we're on right now, is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. They have beautiful award-winning templates all on one platform, 24/7 customer support. It's easy to make. If you can drag and drop, you can make a Squarespace website. So check it out today. Go to squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code PORTFOLIO. It's that easy and fun. You'll get 10% off.
Thanks for sponsoring us, Squarespace. If you already have a Squarespace site, visit sdp.io/link if you want us to review it. We don't have any in the queue, so go there live during the show, send us it, and maybe we'll look at it midway through the show, give you some feedback on your portfolio. Thank you, Squarespace. You can communicate with us in a couple of ways. You can just write a comment. And our producer, Siobhan, out in Philly, might read it to us. So you can ask us questions or be funny. And those are likely to come on. Or you can use hashtag TCLive on Twitter or Instagram. And our producer here in the studio, Justin, can put your tweets on the screen in real time.
That's right.
He's magic.
You doing the margarita today,
Yes.
Justin?
Yep.
Yeah, because we're
good stuff.
We're at a beer.
It's hard times. I went dark and stormy for us.
Oh, that's what I'm drinking.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Justin was pretty excited when he saw the ginger beer because ginger beer is one of those things where like different types of ginger beer are wildly different, and apparently we got the best type of ginger beer.
I
which is
like
the
some
Stoli
ginger
one.
beer. I live in fear of other ginger beer.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of this one? It's a Stoli ginger beer.
I like it.
Our theme today is self-portraits. So hopefully you spent some time this last week taking an awesome self-portrait of yourself. This is my favorite show because we get to actually see you, and people get really creative with their self-portraits. So we're excited to see you guys. Go to sdp.io/submit to send your picture in, and then we'll just take a look at it. It's like how the show works, people. Keep up. Get ready next week, Thursday at 5. We're looking at your night photography pictures.
And guess what? Our Patreon supporters voted for this theme. So thank you for supporting us on Patreon. If you'd like to vote on next week's theme, you can go to patreon.com/Northrup and give $1 a month, or just $1 if you want to vote that month, and you can vote.
Yeah, Patreon's a new
Cool
thing.
story.
I will say our Patreon subscribers saw a bunch of videos early this week because often we'll finish a video but not publish it right away because you don't want to like put out 4 videos in one day. So the GH5 video was ready like 2-3 days early. And sometimes we'll put a video up while it's mostly done but still being reviewed or approved by the team. So like, yeah, they saw a bunch of videos early this week.
I've got one to put up, a fashion shoot one to put up early for the Patreon peeps.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much ready. You can that means you could be the guy who writes first and actually be the first one.
No, because I'm going to do that.
Oh, you're going to be the first one now?
Creator's privilege.
First, we have some photo news.
Yeah, so I saw a story on Petapixel. They do some pretty heavy hitting reporting there. And an award-winning photographer, Suvid Data, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, sorry. But he stole a Mary Ellen Mark picture, a part of it, this woman, and superimposed it into his own image. And a girl who is a Mary Ellen Mark fan was looking through his pictures and saw it and recognized the woman from a Mary Ellen Mark picture and wrote to Petapixel and blew a spot. But this guy has been surrounded by other controversy. And I'd really like to hear his side of the story because this just seems extremely unethical.
Yeah, I'd like to hear a side of the story too. Like, who would just take, if you're going to plagiarize somebody, would you plagiarize Mary Ellen Mark, like one of the most famous photographers of all time?
The balls. And also, in an industry where women are already underrepresented, how dare you exploit women further by stealing their work? Like an accomplished woman. I think that's so much bullshit. This dude made me mad.
Yeah, I wonder what the story is. Very weird.
You know, I was kind of trying to give him the benefit of the doubt by thinking maybe he was doing a project where he was taking people's pictures and merging them with his own.
Yeah, that
But
occurred to
then-
me too.
No, but then he wrote in his caption for his picture that this woman was actually there. Like he tried to pass it off like she was actually there. He didn't give Mary Ellen Mark any credit. What is with all the thieving in photography lately? We've got the guy that won his own photography contest and plagiarized. We've got
That
this
one
guy
was
stealing
ridiculous,
photos.
too.
Like, what
Wait,
is
the guy
that?
who won his own photography contest didn't plagiarize.
Yes, he
I don't
also
think.
plagiarized.
Oh, did he?
A source,
According to some source, yeah.
according to a source. So, what's going on, photographers? We need to start holding people accountable for their
B&H.
actions.
B&H picking up and moving their factory.
First of all, they settled that whole thing where they made Hispanic people use a separate bathroom.
Yeah, and underpaid them.
Everybody blowed up that story and then nobody followed up, but they settled.
Yeah.
Which to me means you don't settle and pay out millions of dollars unless you know the investigation
I haven't
is
seen
gonna
a
turn up.
figure. There was a figure that was like $13 million, but that was for a 2007 racism settlement. So this would be another new settlement. The
And now-
B&H guy told me that they settled, but I didn't get like a figure because you know how generally with that sort of thing they don't want to leak it because it would imply some sort of guilt. So he wouldn't tell me what they settled for. It would have to be leaked from some other source. So we don't know how much they actually settled. The most recent racist allegations coming from the government, by the way.
Why is it that people can do so much wrong and everyone just forgets in 20 minutes? It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Because there's always new wrong.
Yeah, it just keeps filling in with more people that are annoying and terrible.
I'll import some pictures.
Fired up. That's what I am.
All right. Good. We're getting some pictures. One picture per
We
person,
don't
people.
ever shop from B&H anymore or use links there, but they did offer to give us a tour.
Yeah, I mean, if you go far enough back in anybody's history, we've all made huge mistakes, and I'm willing to forgive that. But I don't really know how to validate that they've gotten better. Like, how do you validate that?
Or go undercover.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. If you look at Nikon and Canon, and Nikon, I should say, they were making like weapons and stuff for the Japanese in World War II, and that's not really cool now. But
What if
I don't know.
everybody's dead that made those decisions?
Yeah, and we don't know the full backstory either. And where do you shop from? Do you shop from Adorama or do you shop from Amazon? Are they totally innocent? Have they been so thoroughly vetted? Like, I don't have any confidence in
Well,
that. I don't really know how to assess the ethical nature of any given vendor, but obviously I want to spend my dollars wisely and ethically.
Well, we've talked about this, and I think that's a good point. But I think if it's in the news and someone shines a spotlight on that kind of behavior, you have a choice. You can either make it acceptable by not having them face any accountability at all from the consumer, or you can use the tiny bit of power you have and be like, well, Amazon might churn up a terrible story one day, but they haven't so far.
Yeah.
So we'll just use them instead. I don't know. It's tough.
But imagine if Amazon did that, how much our whole shipping department would change and all that stuff.
I know.
That would be huge.
I gotta write
yeah.
Jeff
Please don't
Bezos and
screw
be
it up
like,
too
could
bad,
you not
Amazon."
be a monster? I'm kind of relying on you. Could everyone just stop being a monster?
Yeah, they're just pretty much hiring all robots for better or worse.
You know what? You can't discriminate against a robot that doesn't have feelings, and I don't think they'll have feelings for at least 5 years.
I was going to say, that's really insensitive.
They do have a special robot bathroom, though.
They have what? The special
special-
robot?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do they get paid less? They don't get paid at all.
Okay, our first, wait, you know what? I'll look at Aaron Chain's picture, but then I'm going to sort it differently because we don't want to go in alphabetical order. Aaron Chain, a very contrasty picture on a hot white background and...
Wait,
what?
are we not going to review his picture?
Yeah, I was just going to change the sort order somehow.
Edit. Count.
Okay, we'll go to Shane here.
Okay. I like the eye contact here. I think he has really sensitive eyes, and they're the focus of the picture. Maybe a little too blown out on the skin.
Yeah, that's my impression too. Though at the same time, it's a thing he's doing, and you know, it just kind of bleeds into the background here and forms this one contiguous thing.
It's
But I like it.
interesting.
I think it's good. You had a good. I'm going to give him a pick.
He has
Good work,
really good
Aaron.
eyebrows too.
Trish Bloodworth.
Trish.
Double exposure, really
First of
creative.
all, a really good name, Bloodworth. I love how for the double exposure you put the rose in your hair. It almost looks like you're wearing it in your hair. And you have this piece of greenery kind of just sweeping your bangs. I like the placement.
Yeah, very creative. It blends together really nicely, and your face comes through. I'm going to give it a pick also.
Dang,
You guys are on a roll today.
dang, they are cute looking and creative.
Here's Peter Peterson.
This looks like he wrote a book.
Yeah, it feels almost like an environmental, like commercial portrait, which I think is cool. It definitely reflects your style. I will say the one thing that popped out to me was this reflection in the mirror here.
Yeah,
For better or worse, like my eye went to that one thing.
maybe it's a metaphor for the layers within his personality.
Maybe so.
I really like the green background and then his purple tinted shirt. I like the contrasting colors. I like this picture a lot.
Yeah, I think it's well done. And, it is an environmental portrait, and this is the key kind of storytelling element. It tells us a little bit about him.
That little man is going to chip a ball right at him.
Right into Peter Peterson's head.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is really nice. He just kind of included himself in the shot.
A duck face selfie, so you know I got to peek into those shadows.
It's called a duck face selfie?
There's
Oh,
no face at all.
it looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, those
tricked me.
Sonys actually recover really well.
Don't they?
Yeah, I would brighten
I would
it
just
up a
because
little
this
bit.
is really cool back here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, bringing those up some. And I don't feel like we're losing anything. Great job. Another pick. I don't know why I keep cycling through the same pictures.
Ooh, I like the lighting in this. Lynette.
Yeah. What does her expression say to you, though? I love the fact that we can see that one ring. It feels very deliberate. I will say the hand feels like a little clenched. Maybe that's what you're going for, but I love the reflection from your earring and the ring. It's great. It's really thought out. I can see you turned the ring towards the camera. You made a deliberate choice. For that, you get a pick. Very nicely thought out.
Dang, you guys are good at self-portraits.
Yeah, and great job with the one light.
Why does it keep...
I do not know why it keeps cycling through the same image.
This is crazy. We can't live like this.
Let's break out of that cycle.
I know so much about him.
Eugene.
He likes playing guitar in the dark.
A lot of people are going for the kind of low-key, super dramatic single light thing, which I like. I think that's a good choice, especially because
he's not letting me peek in the shadows.
he's onto you.
Sneaky.
Especially because it only requires a single light. I think in this case, that high single light meant that the light really fell off as you came down in the frame. If you use a single, like a beauty dish or a softbox, and you put it up high, that's going to happen. You need more like a strip light, or you need to position it down a little bit lower, or you go back in Lightroom and you add a graduated filter. Let me just real quickly.
Oh, you're going to do it.
And you do something like this, and oh man, I went backwards.
Why'd you do it?
And just like raise the exposure some.
This is a hard picture to recover. I noticed when trying to work with it. He did some kind of black magic to this picture.
Yeah, I was hoping to see that guitar.
Yeah, we'd like to see the guitar. We want to know about your guitar.
Oh, you know why?
taste
Because
as
I have
well.
it set to edit time. Shoot.
Tony, you're so wild.
Okay, we'll go up here.
I recognize this picture from our YouTube comments. And wait, or maybe from our SDP group. No name. Oh, Amy Paper. I like your hands and your hair. It makes you seem like fun.
Yeah.
And I really like your expression. Maybe I just add a little more contrast or something to make the background richer.
Yeah, I would either have that background fall to black and possibly move it further away from you because it's very in focus, and as a result what we end up seeing is the wrinkles in the background. So a little more distance is always good, like 6 to 8 feet is great if you can manage it. Posing wise, I think it's a really good pose, and I like the crop on it. It would be cool to see your right hand and where it kind of ended up, because we see the arm leading up, but then I don't know, it just left me wondering, like, where's the other hand? Is it
I just
waving
changed the
around,
colors
but
a tiny
if
bit
it came
too,
back to your head, that might work.
because you just look like the highlights looked a little bit green. So I just made the skin colors a little bit cleaner looking. But yeah, I like that. Good eye contact. Oh, I'm scared. He's in some kind of gear hurricane. It's like that movie Twister.
I think he's controlling it all with his mind.
He is.
Nice shot, creative.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Another high key shot here. You can look at the histogram and see that he's brought everything up nice and bright. I'll say there's some processing artifacts around like his skin because some of it was done in post. What would happen if you had a completely blown up background like that is it would start to kind of bleed into you a little bit. There'd be a little bit of rim lighting action. So most people won't notice that, but we're photographers, so we notice it. But I think you did really good.
I don't know if you heard, but we're photographers.
Do you think Alice looks like Mafia or just super cool?
No, she's both. She is in the super cool Mafia. Not a lot of people know about it.
Yeah, I don't know where she's from, but they have Mafia that like play pianos and light candles. It sounds like my kind of Mafia, just like a much more relaxed
cool
Mafia.
He doesn't know Alice. I'm sorry. I'll teach him after the show. I like this a lot. I like your expression. I like the background. It tells me something about you. I like that you're a woman because I don't see many of those anymore.
Yeah, I like environmental portraits like that a lot. Nicely done. I'll give you a pick. Endo King. Taking a picture of himself and saying, hello, gorgeous.
That's funny.
I like that. That's clever.
I don't know what is happening, but you remind me of that comedian Eugene Merman or something.
And we are learning about
lactose-free milk.
Yeah, he's lactose intolerant.
I need that too.
I like his expression. Yeah, you get a pick.
And I like your expression. I can't really put together a story other than maybe you like to browse the internet with your milk, but I still like it.
Oh, I felt like he was peering into a fridge, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, I thought he was like, milk, can you believe these dank memes?
But yeah, I don't know why he'd be with his milk and so upset. I'm thinking about cropping this in.
Maybe he's out of his lactate. Oh, I love the colors.
Yeah, I like the colors on this one too. And I'm not totally sold on the crop. I think it depends more on how it's being presented. But yeah, I love the use of blues and the totally white background. Maybe you had a huge studio or something, but I don't see any artifacts or anything. Think it looks great. I'll give you a pick too. Very nicely done.
I told you we have very beautiful creative.
Yeah, maybe just think about your hands in the posing.
He looks
Hands
like he
are-
found this dog and he's like, look at this dog I found. Guys, when your 5 a.m. sunrise becomes foggy, you need a fog plan. Sir.
Yeah, of course you pick up your
I like
dog.
this a lot.
Or you pick up a dog.
You
I don't
look
know if it's
very
his dog.
friendly. Your dog seems to be fine with this. I'm going to give you a pick.
Awesome. Yeah, fog, dogs, he's nailed it. He
Fog,
gets a pick.
dog, super chill.
Now this is contrast. He's got
Charlie
like
from
3 gradients here.
It's Always,
Always
Sunny.
Sunny.
Yeah. He looks like a really fun guy. I want to have a beer with him and then do some kind of prank.
Yeah, Brent's a good time.
Yeah.
Good shot, Brent.
Getting a sense for their personalities. Whoa, Brian.
Yeah, Brian made a very moody picture. His main light is very high, and it's so high that it's hitting his brow but not getting into his eyes. And
What
so
would
that
you
makes it kind of mysterious. You know, if he had a catch light in his eyes, it would be a very different type of portrait. But I think it was deliberate. It feels deliberate. It's consistent with his expression and the low-key nature of the picture.
This like makes me imagine things about his personality. And I'm not saying you're like this, but this is what I imagine. He doesn't tell anybody his feelings. That's why you can't see his eyes. There's no catch light. You cannot peer into the windows of his soul. Young lady, you're going to have to take the long road to know this one. What do you think, Tony?
I think that's what he was going for, but I think Brian is actually, I mean, obviously he's here, he's creative, he's sharing his work.
You don't know him
great
like
shot.
I know him. We'll talk later, Brian.
I think Brian missed focusing on his eyes.
It's on his neck.
Yeah. Though, you know what? He's a F10. So I was going to tell him, you know, it's tough to focus on yourself. He was a higher, but he's at F10. So I don't know what else you could do besides getting somebody else. Wow.
Sorry about that. Oops. Oh.
Very cool.
Spelly.
Use of double exposure here. Yeah. Creative. I'm going to give you a pick for being so creative. Okay.
I'm going to go back and give my friend Brian a pick.
All right.
You made me wonder.
Casper Gade.
This isn't.
Is it an
interesting.
acceptable use of spot color, or are you going to kick Casper right out of here?
I like Casper. I don't like spot color.
I'm giving you a pick anywhere, Casper. I like it. I think this actually works.
I like that he did something different.
Yeah, it's not strict spot color. It's actually part of the story. It makes sense. It integrates. It's a concept that you came up with. I like that. Chase.
You okay?
Yeah, the mood of the picture, right? I do kind of
Yeah.
wonder what the story is. He's next to this chain link fence under this kind of cool.
I like it's definitely an interesting location, and I really want to know what the story is. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
I think the location is cool. The light coming from the bottom here is a little distracting. I think maybe you're doing light painting, but the light feels unexplained, and it's kind of illuminating your foot.
I
and making
imagine
that
like
really
a
prominent.
car is there or something.
Oh, maybe Christian with his Les Paul.
His Les Paul.
He looks really, really smooth.
I think he plays
Right.
jazz
Yeah,
or the blues.
he plays jazz and the ladies. That's an awesome shot. It's just
I'm gonna give that a
especially
pick.
as a self-portrait. If you arranged all that with the light behind you and
That's
everything.
self-portrait. That's right. Do you think he actually went to the club and everyone was like, "Wait, what are you doing? You're supposed to play a song."
It could be in his house. Nicely done.
He's-
This is really creative. I really like this perspective. Like this is what my burrito thinks every time, every day.
Oh.
I'll give you a pick, Cliff. That's really clever.
That is one clean microwave.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him 5 stars for the picture and the clean microwave. He probably covers his plate.
I
Tony.
feel like there's some conflict here. Cliff definitely covers his plate. Cliff's awesome.
Dan Leader Man. That's cool. You did something different, and I like that.
Yeah. You know what? You get a pick too. Awesome shot. Do you feel like
Alright.
this is Daniel Mannequin?
Sure. And it's really great. I love the styling. I like the unusual pose and the expression. I give her a pick. Do you think she put it on a tripod?
I don't know. I'm just confused here because she doesn't look like a Daniel. And this is the same guy. So one picture per person.
Daniel,
Aw,
you're a
Daniel,
stinking
3.
fibber. You're either a fibber or you have extreme multiple personality disorder where you actually morph into other people.
That can
his
happen. I
pictures
just
up.
watched a movie
Don't give him all that exposure.
I'm gonna give him exposure. I'm gonna write an expose just like that little thievy guy on
Danny,
Pixel.
this is amazing.
This is amazing.
This really makes me interested in your technique.
This makes me interested in you. I'm gonna give you 5 stars and a pick.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a pick too. I will say, just be mindful about kind of going to a high key background like that in post. If you can get just a light on a white background, it's pretty easy to do and it'll come across a little more natural. But it turned out awesome. It's a minor point just because I'm trying to be constructive.
That was a great picture. David,
I like this a lot.
it's hard to shave. We've all been there, and I'm gonna give you a pick.
Yeah, there's a lot of mood and story here.
It's very dark, right? He's cut off right at the neck.
Yeah, that composition made it very interesting, and I will say a story immediately popped into my head. Like I thought this is a person who's thinking about changing their life because they're dissatisfied. Maybe I don't know. He got dumped by his girlfriend, and he feels like he needs to reset his life, but he just isn't ready to do it yet. Anyway, that all popped into my head, which just shows that it's a creative and artistic picture.
Ooh, we got another over the hands picture.
Yeah. And I think it does a really good job of kind of, it's gritty, it's noisy. It's not going to be technically perfect, but I think it does a good job of conveying the mood. Nice shot, Dennis.
I like that it's a close crop. Ooh,
Drew Livingston, Shadow Face.
shadow face. Maybe I go black and
Yeah.
white and
Black and white.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
the green
one
collar,
green-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one green line.
I think black and white's the way to go on that. Good job, Drew.
These two.
Dylan, is that Coney Island?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Doesn't look like Coney Island. Nice job. I will say it's difficult to get a tripod shot here. You could do a little bit with the cropping. I can see she's holding a flower or something that might be significant. It feels like she wants it in the frame, but it got kind of half cut off.
I think they wanted this in the frame, but I'm debating if they could have brought the crop down.
Yeah, if you lowered the camera a little bit and pointed up a little more, you could fit more of that in. Or, yeah, just crop a little tighter.
But
And
I
maybe
like
even
it.
crop down around the bottom, too.
You look
Great shot of you
approachable and
guys.
friendly.
Cute couple.
We can actually see their technique in his glasses, probably. There's a tripod. Right?
I'm sure.
We saw him.
Yeah, we changed orders.
Oh.
Dang, he's a vampire or
I thought
something.
he was a vampire, too.
That's what it conveys right away,
He's
right?
a vampire.
He calls it the boss, and it does feel.
Boss-pyre.
Yeah, this actually feels really mafia. I like this. I feel like it's really cinematic. I wish the shirt weren't so much brighter than your face. Oh yeah, black and white, right? Because the red tie becomes spot color, and I don't feel like we really need spot color in our lives. I liked it a lot in black and white.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that
There
the
we go.
red adds a little something, though.
Oh really?
But I just think, like, it needs to chill out.
It's one of the better spot color examples.
Like, just a tiny bit. Because there's almost color in his face, too, so it doesn't look totally spot color.
I'm not sure he was going for spot color. I think, yeah, it might just be the way he processed it.
That's a
Happened to
great
end up
picture.
really
Whoa,
pretty.
cool.
We're getting awesome pictures today. Candlelight
I know.
selfie. That's really
Every
creative.
time we ask for self-portraits, people really go the extra mile.
Circa 1976.
Dang, you've
Dang.
been self-portraiting for years.
Zer Daddy's been at this for a long time.
5 stars. He's the
Old
original
school
Insta.
cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh man, he makes me think of Gus from Better Call Saul. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't know, just something about his eyes
The
conveys
glasses
that
and the
same.
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we turn down Tony's mic in my
Yeah, sure.
thing, or do I have to just turn down?
No, I should.
Sorry, Tony. It's just turned up really high. You're
Nice
blowing
shot,
out my
Ian.
ears. Oh, I remember this fella from last time.
Yeah,
I
James.
like it.
Really nice shot. Yeah, I like the framing and the composition and everything. A lot of character in it.
Hmm.
And awesome hair.
Good colors.
Oh, sorry.
This is Jim.
Jim.
Jim, you look cool as heck. Look at him in front of the spooky place.
Yeah, he did some like framing in there and layered on a texture to kind of match the overall mood. So good job supporting the mood with the post-processing. I think it works out pretty cool. It also fits like your outfit and everything. Good shot. Jeff.
His friend is that guy. Life is good.
That's cool. I'm sorry. I just found myself immediately curious about like why you have all these mugs
Yeah, like
and
what's
going
happening? You're in the
on.
store or something?
Yeah, I think he's in the Life is Good store
Oh.
in Boston or whatever.
All right. And you want to take a selfie with it. Thanks for sending that in. Jeremy Marchand. Wow. What a beautiful shot. This is such a perfectly composed shot with the backlighting, and I'm going to give you a pick.
Yeah, that's nice.
She seems a little shy,
She's like, oh, it's cold.
but yeah, I get that. Nice shot. That feels like Massachusetts for some reason. Engagement self-portrait.
You should look to your left, sir.
He must have been so spooked when he saw the picture, when he developed these things, and he was like, oh my God.
Wait, what if it's the bear that's our viewer? Very talented bear.
Great job, Bear.
This isn't real, right?
I don't know.
I need to get one of those.
Did we see a picture from Jim?
No, that was Jim. This is different Jim.
Good job. Very moody. We have the close eye here with narrow lighting and the close eye kind of hidden.
in the shadows. Jim is mysterious.
Look at that.
Stop it, Chelsea.
It was Tony. You were almost so
Okay,
on
you
top of
got a
it.
pick for that.
I give him a pick for
That
that.
was awesome, Jim. Good work.
That's from my idea to have like a implied nudity pick and then wear. Never mind. You know what I'm talking about, Jim. Game of Thrones. Dun, 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 dun.
Joe, I know the challenges of trying to focus in a selfie.
Yeah.
Usually you have to use a higher f-stop. It's tough. But
I think you should be dirtier because those Game of Thrones people are pretty beat up.
yeah, try just like getting a sword and cutting your face several times.
I'm not
prior
going to go
to the
that
shoot.
far. I don't know why he had to take it there, but
Nice shot, Joe. Good intensity in the picture.
whoa, Jordan. That's cool. I'm going to tell your mom.
Oh, a pano.
That's so cool. Get a nice friendly smile.
Yeah, that's actually an awesome shot.
I'm gonna give it a
It
pick.
seems
That's
like he's
good.
just like up in a tree with no sort of harness or
He's a
anything.
climber.
You're badass, Jordan.
That's pretty Game of Thrones.
Josh, yeah.
Josh,
That's
are you
awesome.
okay?
You get a pick, Josh. That's some intensity. And look at the way
Bird.
like the light off of his hair adds so much to it and the reflections and yeah, awesome shot.
Very
Wait,
spooky.
now I wonder if anybody else put messages in the shadows. No. Okay, Adam Christensen. What do you think he sees on his screen?
I'm trying to peek. Maybe I should be careful what I look for. I like that. It looks like you're.
Yeah, almost stock photo-ish, right? Like there's a
Mhm.
little bit of storytelling there. Maybe we should go over to Siobhan and then
Oh yeah, I get so swept
see if
up
people
in the
have
pictures.
questions or comments. How's it going, Siobhan?
You guys, Bev Miller gave us a money question, but didn't write anything, but it was $50.
What?
Dang.
I'm wondering if it was a mistake.
If it's a
I
mistake,
think
He's
she's
like,
going to be
"Damn it."
horrified.
What's his name?
Her, Bev Miller.
Oh, Bev. Okay. Thank you, Bev.
or
Yeah, man.
sorry.
Yeah.
We got 2 other money questions too, so
Dang, people love
let them
money
go first.
questions.
Okay.
By people, I mean,
Florian Kessler asks, as people are used to 28 millimeter focal length due to smartphones, should you as a wedding photographer go for that focal length or try to avoid it?
as people are getting used to it, she said. I don't think it's a very flattering focal length for portraits, but it can give like a more intimate look if you want that close look. What do you think, Tony?
I would definitely lean towards choosing other alternatives because long term, I think the more we see a particular focal length, the more it reads as amateurish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have actually put some thought into this in the past. I think in the past, we've seen a lot of this. Back in the day when everybody used cameras like TLRs where you had to look down,
Yeah.
they hung it from their neck and they held it down here. And then every picture was taken from like waist level. And that look became amateurish. And then when SLRs came out and you held them up to your eye, suddenly that was the new thing. But then over time, you know, these cameras, autofocus systems came out and then everybody was focusing in the middle of the frame. And pretty soon having your subject in the middle of the frame became amateurish. So I think whatever is accessible becomes common, and whatever is common will read as amateurish.
Mm.
So I do think it's something to be aware of, is avoiding the common. Even
I
if
think that's a pretty good.
artistically at some fundamental level, it might be the best choice, the way people perceive it. It's a great question. What else do you have, Siobhan?
Well, Bev just piped back in that it was not a mistake. She just wants Challenger to trend again. I don't know what that means.
I can only think of the space shuttle. What is that? Any
No,
idea?
Were
Challenger?
we trying to make that trend at some point?
Maybe like a Dodge Challenger.
That's definitely
No,
not that.
Bev, what's your angle?
But thank you. And I'll try and make it trend. I don't know how to do that.
Christopher Lund paid some different money that's not US dollars that I don't understand, and asked, who is the selfie master, Tony or Chelsea? Come on.
Definitely
it's totally
me.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really shy about working with models at first, so I was my own model for so many things. Just because I was self-conscious about my ideas. I'd be like, I want to stick somebody in a bathtub, but I don't know how to communicate that to another human without seeming terrifying. So I will do it. And that's pretty much how all my self-portraits happened. Have you
Well,
taken self-portraits?
Yeah. In fact, stay tuned for Chit Chat because we'll feature one of our commercial self-portraits in there.
Oh, right. Clickbait. What else do you have over there, Siobhan, other than that really nice glass of wine and that spectacular lipstick?
We've got a lot. Any tips to avoid distortion caused by the air atmosphere when shooting across large distances?
No. You can use the what's that slider in Lightroom? Dehaze.
Dehaze.
Or you can wait till a time when it's not there, but then you lose some of the mood. Do you know any tips?
Our friend Rishi was just debating this in some private direct message, and he was thinking about this, and he was saying that there's kind of debate between using a short shutter speed or a long shutter speed or potentially stacking multiple pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And in his experimentation, if you got the best results if you used a fast shutter speed, even though there'll still be distortion, at least the distortion is kind of frozen in time. If you use a long shutter speed, then the distortion moves and everything just ends up generally blurry.
Yeah.
Like the distortion actually gets worse because it's moving around.
So better to just freeze the distortion and then deal with that.
Yeah, but
So short.
it just
shutter
sucks.
speed.
I mean, the answer is you just try to time it differently.
Rishi's a mad scientist.
Yeah, but we do this a lot. I mean, there are days, especially with like drone photography or landscape photography, where you're like, it's humid. I'm not going to get a good shot today.
Yeah.
I have to get up super early when the sky is clear, when the humidity is low. So you control it more with like timing. Great question.
Timing and repetition.
Let's look at portfolio.
Wait,
Okay. You're the
Sean, what
boss.
else do you have?
There's a couple just general questions about how to take better self-portraits and best lighting for portraits.
Sure, lay him on me. I've got.
That's really it.
Oh,
In what ways can a photographer take better self-portraits?
Here's a hot tip brought to you by Chelsea Northrup. Get a mannequin head and then you put it where you're going to be and you focus on it. And then you like put your head where the mannequin's head is and you throw the mannequin head. Ta-da! Now you're in focus. That's one thing that I've done.
Yeah, a lot of people will try to use either they'll use a 10-second timer or they'll try to use a remote trigger.
Mhm.
And what we've always done is to set the intervalometer in a camera and just have it take pictures like every 5 seconds, every 8 seconds, something like that. And then you just start it. And then you walk behind the camera and you just take a bunch of pictures like that. And I'll add something. You used to use the mannequin head, but that was before the days of Wi-Fi. So now if you can use a Wi-Fi app to connect to your camera, you connect it and then you go sit where you're going to sit and then you can focus the camera from where you're sitting.
What?
And
I
that'll
have never
nail
done
focus.
that.
Yeah, because you still mostly use DSLRs like the D810 and the 5D SR that don't have Wi-Fi. At some point, they'll update these cameras for us and we'll finally be able to use Wi-Fi.
Judgy.
I don't know why. No, those are the best cameras for for a lot of what we do anyway.
Yeah. But that feature sounds really cool.
Yeah, for selfies, it's really good. And we've mentioned it, but use a higher f-stop because it's still going to be difficult to nail focus.
I like to call it a self-portrait, not a selfie, because I think that's more dignified.
Selfie's like this, right?
Yeah, a selfie's like-
Self-portrait is you're posing, you're modeling, you have some concept. You're right. Selfie
I
is
do have taste, you know.
diminishing. Now can we look at a portfolio?
Yeah.
Okay, you have options.
I like Tommy.
You
Oh,
want to go for Tommy? See, that picture was really striking. Denslow, we looked
That's
at
my
one of his
friend.
pictures already. It's our friend, NC Rock, Conor Moriarty,
these are
the
all
Light
really good, but
Majestic,
let's go with the light majestic.
the Light Majestic.
Mm.
Natasha Haggard, landscape photography.
Natasha, where
Um,
are my girls at?
all really beautiful thumbnails.
I know. She's amazing.
They're all really striking. Which one? Dang, what about this Canadian Rockies? Look at this.
These are amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to go to the about first.
Okay. Oh, we got to see a picture of you, I feel. This is my opinion, but. Natasha, not to get all mathy on you, but that doesn't add up to 100%, and it definitely leaves me wondering.
Oh, they're down at the bottom.
Oh, okay. A process engineer.
She's so cool. Okay, I just needed to understand how cool she was. Now we can look at her pictures.
Okay. Yeah, Natasha's pretty cool. Okay. I want to see these full screen. It's not a big deal to zoom in like that and flip through.
Wow, beautiful colors.
Yeah, I reach for the.
I was
50.
drawn to your portfolio because you had many pictures on the front page, but they were so manageable because they were organized so nicely. They had good crops, and each one was really good. They all stood out to me. Really nice pictures. I love that one. Wow.
Those were awesome. I don't even know what to say. Usually when I see this many categories, I was prepared to say,
Whoa.
you need to pare this down a lot.
Dang, she has such an eye for light.
Wow.
Look at that.
This is remarkable work.
She's blowing my mind.
Yeah. Wait, did we see?
Wow.
This might be multiple pictures at one spot. I'm just like really stretching to give you some constructive
Wow.
feedback because these pictures are
These are
absolutely
so
gorgeous. And like nobody has this many pictures in their portfolio. You have a lot of pictures in your
Look at her.
portfolio.
And
This
I'm
is-
gonna.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
that was a repeat. Get rid of those.
you want to jump to a different category, I think.
Oh,
We have to
oh.
go back here.
Sorry, my mistake. Abstracts, you do it all. Wow. Okay, you're perfect.
Wow.
So, don't know what to tell you. Oh my gosh, look at New Zealand. Wow.
Yeah, Natasha, your work is remarkable. It's really fantastic. Huh?
Tell me that you.
Hopefully you've seen our other portfolio reviews and you can see that we're not shy on giving feedback. I feel so lazy telling you nothing. We're like, all right, you nailed it.
She has a blog
Great work.
too.
Everybody check out Natasha's portfolio at The Light Majestic, because certainly you could spend a lot more time going through it. Really spectacular work. You want to see what Natasha had to say about her web host,
Yeah.
Squarespace? Maybe you should read that.
I developed my Squarespace website after watching Tony's tips on how to build a portfolio. I had the whole thing set up in one weekend, and I think it looks really nice. Plus, it works on mobiles and computers, so you know your site will look professional everywhere. Great points, Natasha. Really beautiful portfolio. Excellent pictures. If you want to be as cool as Natasha, well, almost as cool, you can go to squarespace.com/Tony, use the coupon code portfolio, and get 10% off of your first purchase. What are you waiting for? I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it's free. There's no credit card. Just squarespace.com/Tony. Thanks for sponsoring us, Squarespace. They do lots of different websites, not just portfolios. Let's read Chit Chat. This is the part of the show where we read stuff you've said.
Stuff you said, and then we say it, and then we're pretty judgy about it. Atticus Gray. He said, Tony looks like he was medically engineered for the purpose of being in a medicine ad. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I remember one Halloween, I just put on a white lab coat, and people legit thought I was a doctor, as if there'd be a doctor walking down the street, but like a
On
girl cut
Halloween.
herself.
No,
And she
got
came to me and asked for help.
She got hit. Someone got hit in the head with a ball, and they were like, "There's a doctor here." We were like, "That is his Halloween costume." And then she was like, "Yeah, but you're a doctor, right?" We're like, "No."
No, it's Halloween. I'm like, the lady there dressed as a sexy cat, she's an EMT. She could probably help you out. I have no idea.
Yeah, but people
But I
kept
do-
insisting you were a doctor.
I know.
Tony, you make me crazy. Remember that time that guy came up to you because you were wearing a NASA shirt, and he was like, "You work at NASA?" And you were like, "No, I bought this from the Gap." And he was like, "Yeah, you work at NASA." Like, what the hell?
Like it's some sort of secret, except I'm wearing it on my shirt.
How about at the CVS when that guy was like, "You're a lawyer?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"No."
No, Gray hair.
You have great
Try to
hair
get it.
powers.
Anyway, on a regular basis, we get people emailing us because they're horrified because our
We're in boner
self-portrait ended up in some boner ad that they saw. Sure enough, there it is. But somebody made this meme, Blue Man 189 on Twitter, that just cracked me up because it's a true story.
Tony woke me up at like 1 a.m. to tell me, Chelsea, I have an idea. Press the shutter halfway and you get 10 frames per second. Press that all the way and you get 20 frames per second. And
Is
I was
that
like,
not a great idea? If you're doing back button focus,
It's a really,
you don't need the half press.
It's a really good idea, but I did not want to talk about that at 1
No, you
a.m.
sure didn't.
I
You were
was
like,
go
to sleep.
Go to sleep. I don't want to talk about cameras right now. And then you paused and you're like, yeah, but I could tell you're really impressed by that idea. Then you went to bed. I was like, okay,
It's going to be huge.
just go to sleep.
David Gill.
Wait, we upped that idea today because I added to that idea.
Mhm.
Press the shutter halfway and you get 10 frames per second and your shutter speed is like 1/800th. Press it all the way, you get 20 frames per second. It's like 1/2000th. So when there's
for wildlife
action,
photographers.
yeah, so like if the bird is just perched, you don't need that fast shutter speed or that many frames per second. But as soon as there's a high action scenario, you just have to press harder and you're capturing more frames at a faster shutter speed.
Yeah, let us use that half shutter press because if you use back button focus, it's almost wasted. I would even love it if it were like a throttle, like the tighter you.
And
you
it
know.
makes engine noises. Think about it. David Gill said, nice staged fake lighting over the rink that wasn't mentioned. LOL, you too.
About our
People
A9
think
review.
that there was stage. Siobhan's shaking her head. Siobhan, listen to the crap I have to wake up to. People think that the Sony event had staged lighting to fudge the results in an inside track and field facility when it could be.
It sounds like he thinks you weren't even actually at the rink, like the whole thing was staged.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
What?
But we were shooting at ISO 25,600 and my shots were coming in a stop underexposed because that was the max ISO. I really should have been at ISO 50,000. It was dim. It was just typical of indoor sports. But yeah, they could have, if they wanted to make the autofocus system perform exceptionally well, they could have just put us outdoors in sunlight because that's where a lot of sports are shot. That would have been totally reasonable. But they didn't. They put us in a dim indoor facility.
They did try to set up a light, but it was like not touching the room. The room was massive.
Yeah.
And it was nowhere near the high action events.
Yeah, but you can tell
I
the
don't
EV
understand
from looking
why-
at our
like,
pictures.
this is what makes me so mad about conspiracy theories like this, because this is one of like 10 comments. There's actual shady, unethical stuff going on in the photo industry.
Yeah, all the
But
time.
people rather listen to some dingus make up a story like this. Like, fine, if you really think this is happening, go get evidence and leak it to the press. Because there were like 20 journalists there that would way rather leak a huge story about Sony fudging tests. They would have a way bigger story than just pictures from a camera.
Including us.
Yeah.
Watch the 20 misconceptions video where I do my best to blow up the spot of many people in the industry.
Minor roads, great review, straight to the point, and no faffing about or garbage, unlike some did. Mega and thanks. I love faffing.
Yeah,
about.
faffing about.
Did you pick it because of that term?
Yeah, just faffing, that's all. Just wanted
That's
you to
right.
say faffing about.
You haven't even mentioned the ridiculous vlog paid update. If Sony did the same, you would have bashed about it for an hour.
I just put this in there
What's he
because
talking about?
one person comes in saying we're completely faking a video because we're being paid by Sony. And then this guy comes in on my GH5 review and says that I am too critical of Sony. He's saying that I'm being super nice to Panasonic, but being mean to Sony.
I was losing my
This is
mind.
what happens when people faff about, says Kurt Tweedle.
Oh, the
People are
faffing.
faffing.
Oh, okay. I think we're back. A little glitch in the stream. That hasn't happened in a while. We've been on a roll.
I
Anyway.
think it's because people have been faffing about.
It
Who
might
said
have
that?
cut
I stole
out,
that from one of you.
but you made it clear that ISO has good reasons for making it not an acronym, and that all you have to do is watch their videos or
And
go
they
to their
say so.
website. It doesn't take like in-depth research. And you also want to say that even if it were an acronym, which it's not, lots of acronyms are said as words.
Scuba, laser, base as in base jumping, radar, sonar, zip as in zip code. You can say acronyms as words. It kind of is an acronym, but just like a fake acronym. Not
Oh,
totally.
now you're really going to confuse people.
I don't really know how to explain it. Alien or something said the cure for gas is to become a successful YouTuber and then you can fart. Freely acquire relevant tech.
I don't know that it's a cure. It's like gas spinning out of control. Okay, let's take a look at some more
We only have a
self-portraits.
few minutes.
I know, we kind of have to rush through because we have to leave on time, but we have a lot of great pictures.
We have so much kick
Oh,
bomb.
man, yeah.
I like
Keely Nickel.
Keely, I love your picture. You have a really nice expression. I would just brighten it up a little bit just so we can see your eyes a little more.
Yeah.
I like the simple background, interesting lighting. Like it. I like this picture a lot. I'm gonna give it a pick. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give
good
her a
pick.
pick too.
Oh,
Kyle
Kyle's in
Wolf.
there.
What are you doing faffing about, Kyle? Come on, Kyle.
just watch the highlights. There's some weird thing going on with the highlights. I mean, it doesn't look like... Oh, no, they're all there. Yeah, sorry, maybe that was just my screen. My bad. I was like, Kyle wouldn't do this, but he didn't.
Kyle would do this. He
You
would
get a
do this
pick, Kyle.
just to anger you. He's in a rebellious phase, right, Kyle?
Oh, man, this is... Wait,
This is spot color.
I was going to say I love it, I'm going to give it a pick, and then I was like, wait, it's spot color. Maybe I have to reconsider.
I'm gonna give it a pick anyway. 'cause
Yeah,
I think she did
I
a
like
really
the
good
use of
job.
color. Yeah, and it didn't immediately strike me. Just...
Really nice
know, we have a
picture,
thing.
Lisa. I like the lighting.
Oh,
Wow.
sorry.
Wow. Who's this fun one?
Luca.
Cool.
You said no selfies in cars, Chelsea.
What?
Oh my gosh, I did. But
I
this
don't
is
remember
different. I'll give him a pick.
Yeah. He's got it tough. He lives on the second floor. Wait, what's
no.
going on here?
He's dead.
I'm compelled by the story,
Which one is
so I'll
he?
give it a pick. Well, maybe
I
it's
think he's both, maybe.
guilt. I'll have to figure out what guilt means, but I do like the story. I agree.
Oh, you don't know what guilt is. That makes sense. Tony, it's when you feel bad about bad things you've done.
Wow.
Siobhan really liked that.
Savage. I don't know if you guys know, but my sweatshirt says empowered, and I feel like my attitude shows.
I'm skipping through stuff because I know we don't have enough time. That is super cool.
Dang.
Some
That's
sort of
awesome.
projector.
That's awesome. Is that spot color? Just kidding. Intense.
Oh, yeah, I like the intensity of that. You get a pick. Nailed
We've
focus
done
on
good.
the eyes.
Oh my
too.
gosh, this baby. It's taking over. Give me this camera.
That's really cute. You
Yeah,
get a pick
I like
too.
that a lot.
Miroslav. I'm just really interested in Miroslav's story.
Well, we know some things about you. So that's cool. Wow. How are you too?
Okay, you get a pick. That's really well
That's
planned
really
out.
good. You get 5 stars and you get a thumbs up, which is something we've never given. I'm doing it.
We invented the thumbs up for you.
If Kylo
Kylo
Ren
Ren
was
is
a Jedi, I don't know what those things mean, but I'm going to give you a pick.
Jedi's from Star Trek, Chelsea.
No, I know that much, but I just don't know about Kylo Ren.
Pedro, what's going on with your...
Is that a
Your
dinosaur
ribs.
rib? I give you a pick
He
because that's
seems
an unusual.
unsure.
Like he knows how to
Whoa.
take on a rib, and I like that about him. Ooh,
Dang, Peter.
Peter,
That is
pick. This reminds
some
me of
up-close self...
going to heaven in movies. We've seen you, Peter. Whoa.
I know. That completely made you spaz out. All right, now we're getting interesting.
Wait,
but
oh my God.
this is so scary,
Wait,
right?
we
Is
missed-
this scary
wait.
anybody else?
I'm going to give
And look
it
at the people just casually sitting in the background. Do you even know what's going to happen?
This is,
Yeah, brilliant.
I'm never going to sleep again. This is also scary, but I don't think that's what you were going for.
No, that's awesome, Rand.
pretty
Understated, if
awesome.
anything.
I love
Rich Halverson.
radiation.
One of my best friends was named Halverson. Let's crank that.
I told you all of these Nordic people love nature. He's like, nature.
Great shot. Wait, you get a pick. Row Rebel.
Nice.
Yeah, very nicely done.
You cool as heck.
Ryan Fitz.
That's a spooky picture. I'm gonna give it a pick. Oh.
Dang, that's cool.
Mm,
Beautiful camera too.
mhm. Gotta pick that. Oops.
Sorry, we're skipping through stuff so fast.
Stacy, pick. You're the coolest.
Stefan.
Stefan. You look intense. I like that. I like the lighting. Nice.
Oh man, this is like from Blair Witch or something.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I'm scared.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I like this a lot. I'm gonna give that a pick. Interesting composition. Tanner, he
Nice. This looks like his album cover.
dropped the white point on it. Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a pick too. I don't know. His expression feels very warm. Like that's a guy who hugs you when he greets you, right?
Yeah.
He's like, bring it in.
Thanks for the hug, Thomas.
What are you doing trying to shake my hand?
Oh, this is cool. I think we
He's
should.
got like booze in the reflections or something. Is that what that is?
Oh, yeah. Dude is cool as heck.
Work in the reflections to me on.
Oh,
Dang, TJ, I'm scared for you, bro.
dang, I've been scared for you for years, TJ. Pick. You tried. Wow, beautiful.
That's fantastic. I think it's
Pick.
the Holocaust Memorial.
Nice.
It does.
That's
sound-
Siobhan. That's
Whoa.
my friend.
Nice.
Fantastic pose, Siobhan.
I know
That turned out
her.
really good. You get a pick.
She's famous now.
Nice shot.
Thomas, gritty as heck. You should hang out with my friend Jim K. I like that. You have a very candid expression for this being a self-portrait. I'm gonna give you a pick because I appreciate that. Whoa.
She is festive.
Yeah.
That's quite an outfit.
Nice.
Good shot.
We did it.
Okay,
We did it.
I'm sure we would have to re-import to see more.
If
We might have
you
to do
want
another.
to vote on next week's theme, or not next week, the week after, I think we're already, yeah, if you want to vote on next week's theme, you can go to our Patreon page and you can do that. And thank you, Squarespace, for making this episode possible. Thank you, Justin and Siobhan, for being there for us.
So we had to leave right at 6. I do want to go through the other pictures. Definitely don't delete those, Siobhan. I want to like see them. Maybe
I
we'll
want to see you people.
do something quick and look through the rest of them. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next Thursday at 5. Night photography. Thank you, Squarespace.
Cool.
Bye.
That is all.
That is all.